What's going on, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio. Hope you guys are doing well, enjoying your weekends, some nice weather. Quick video here before Game 7 with the Knicks. Obviously, very stressed out. Wish they could have closed that out in 6. Tough to win at Indiana. Glad the Rangers were able to get it done at least. Hopefully, we can get a kind of a recreation of the summer of '94. Hopefully, the Knicks get it done today. We'll see what happens. Obviously, at this point, you could say that they've already exceeded expectations with all these injuries that they're dealing with. Hopefully Hart can pull through, but we'll see what happens. Might need Jalen Brunson to kind of put the team on his back today, but we'll see. Taking a quick look at the New York Jets schedule, which got released a few days ago. Seems you either love or hate all the primetime games. Clearly, a lot more travel this year. When you factor in last year, they had 9 home games, 8 away. This year, it's reversed. Plus, they also had the Giants as one of their away games last year, which was basically a home game. So a little bit more travel this year, plus the London game, which certainly doesn't help. But overall, you talk about 14 games where the Jets are going to be favored. Only 3 games right now, at least currently, where the Jets are going to be an underdog, which is the opener at San Francisco, and then the 2 games later in the year at Miami and at Buffalo. Every other game, right now, the books have the Jets as the favorites. So at least on paper, there's no reason that we're not talking about double-digit wins for the Jets. Clearly a long way to go. A lot of emphasis on the coaching staff to kind of mold all this talent together. And I think, if anything, that's kind of why I worry a little bit about Week 1. And it's not to cry. I think the Jets can compete with anybody talent-wise. I have zero concern about the talent on this team. But when you factor in West Coast trip, the toughest game on the schedule, Super Bowl contender, Niners with a lot of returning pieces, whereas the Jets have a lot of new pieces that they're still trying to mold together, which, like I said, puts a lot of emphasis on the coaching staff. I don't know how much trust I have in Saleh and Hackett to have this group ready to go Week 1. I think beyond Week 1, I think this team's going to be fine. I wouldn't even be surprised, if the defense shows up, but that Niners offense is, nothing to joke with. That's going to be a tough matchup. So I think this is going to be a challenge. I really do. I think it's going to be a challenge Week 1. It's not to say the sky is falling, but I think that's a game that if the Jets did have Week 9 or 10, I'd give them a little bit better chance. I still think they'll have a chance. I think they'll be in it in the fourth quarter. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I'm certainly not expecting a win there. But even with a loss, it's an NFC game, so not the end of the world. Following week at Tennessee, that's a road game I'm definitely excited to hopefully plan a trip for. I know the hotel prices are through the roof already, but would love to get out there to Nashville. That's one of the places I've wanted to go for a while. Then you get the Patriots home opener Thursday night, kind of strange. You get 3 games in 11 days, certainly not ideal, with a 40-year-old quarterback and some other veterans that are coming back from injuries. Might have to try to manage the workload a little bit there. You get the Broncos at home the following week with a little bit of extra rest before they go to London, which could be 3 straight games against rookie quarterbacks with the Patriots, Broncos, and Vikings. Could also be a Sam Darnold reunion game, so interesting to watch that. The following week, you get Monday Night Football with the Buffalo Bills again. We saw the crowd last year. They were able to win it without Aaron Rodgers, or with Aaron Rodgers for only 4 plays, so certainly no reason to think that they can't win it again this year. And again, I personally love the primetime games. I know it's a bitch with the travel and work and things like that. Certainly as you get older, you feel those a little bit more. But definitely the crowd, the environment, the atmosphere is so much better for those primetime games. So to have 2 of those against division rivals in the first 6 weeks, I love. 4 home games, primetime in the first 11 weeks. So I love it. I know some people don't, but I think that definitely gives the Jets an advantage in 4 really tough games. Another one that they have on the road on primetime is at Pittsburgh. That's certainly not going to be an easy one. And then you get back-to-back road games, with the Patriots the following week before they come home on short rest Thursday night again, which, I kind of don't like. Another stretch where they have 3 games in 12 days, this time with the Texans on Thursday Night Football. That's going to be a tough game. Then they go another West Coast trip, Arizona, before coming home Sunday Night Football, their last primetime game, at least currently. The last 6 games could all be flexed. But, 6 primetime games before the bye week in the first 11. Pretty crazy there. I hate the quote that the Jets owe the NFL something because of Rodgers last year. Like, we don't owe anybody anything. If anything, the Jets owe the fans for the last 20 years of, meaningless football or meaningless games down the stretch, no home playoff games. Like, we're owed a lot, so we definitely deserve the primetime games. I'm excited for those. And then you look after the bye week, you get the Seahawks at home at Miami, which should be tough. Although I do like the fact that you have Miami and Jacksonville back to back on the road in Florida in December. Much rather go out there in December than September when it's still 90 degrees out. Then you get the Rams at home, probably a tough game, but at least they got to make the trip here at Buffalo, December 29th. You know, I don't like that game at all, but at least you get Miami at home, cold weather to close out the year. Definitely could be some playoff implications or possibly a chance to close out the division in that final week. But overall, I like the schedule. Again, you're favored in 14 games. When's the last time we could say that as fans? So I'm excited. I can't wait for the primetime games. Talk to you guys later. Enjoy your weekends.